The next group of examples are homework problems 19 through 24, where we're going to be performing products and quotients of the same two functions we did in the last video, where f of x is x squared plus 1 and g of x is x minus 4. The first example says the product of f and g of 6. So that tells me to take the product of these two individual functions where 6 is replacing x. So I want to find the product of 6 squared plus 1 times 6 minus 4. 36 plus 1 is 37. 6 minus 4 is 2. And the answer would be 74. Next one is f times g of negative 6. So I put a negative 6 in for x in the first function. Negative 6 in for x in the second function. Negative 6 quantity squared is 36. 36 plus 1 is 37. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. 37 times negative 10 is negative 370. Next example is a quotient, where I want to evaluate the quotient when x equals 5. So I replace the x in the numerator with 5. So I get 5 squared plus 1 over 5 minus 4. 5 squared is 25 plus 1 is 26. 5 minus 4 is 1. 26 over 1 is just 26. Next, I want to find the quotient evaluated at 0. So I put a 0 in for x in both places. That gives me 0 squared plus 1 over 0 minus 4. 0 squared is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 minus 4 is negative 4, which means I have negative 1/4 as the answer. The next two problems combine two sets of operations that I want to perform. The first one says find the quotient when evaluated at negative 3, then subtract g evaluated at 3. So again, I'm going to write the quotient where I have x squared evaluated at negative 3 plus 1 over g evaluated at negative 3, which would be negative 3 minus 4, minus g evaluated at negative 3. Now we're just going to follow the order of operations. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7, times a negative is a positive 7. And I need a common denominator. The common denominator is 7, so this would be 49 sevenths. 49 sevenths, so let's actually write that. So I have negative 10 sevenths plus 49 sevenths. 49 minus 10 is 39 sevenths. For the final example, I'm going to find the product of f and g evaluated at 5, and then add f evaluated at 4. So f evaluated at 5 would be 5 squared plus 1. G evaluated at 5 would be 5 minus 4, plus f evaluated at 4, which would be 4 squared plus 1. Just follow our order of operations. 5 squared is 25 plus 1 is 26. 5 minus 4 is 1. We don't need to write the times 1. Plus 4 squared is 16 plus 1 is 17. 26 plus 17 is 43.